What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Janice Michelle, also known as the Real Ashanti Sister. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my socials, Instagram and TikTok at the Real Ashanti Sister. Yeah. This is a story time, as y'all can tell by the title, about how I found out my man cheated on me again, y'all. It was with a different girl, but like I said, back then, red was my favorite color. And when I saw red flags, I thought I saw Six Flags. Like, I jumped on that roller coaster and I rolled until the wheels fell off. Like, okay. So, anyway, this story is definitely about Michael again, y'all. Y'all gonna love Michael on this channel. So, anyway, yeah, after that situation with Michael and Sabrina, me and Michael, we stopped talking for a minute. We did link up to have a sit down or whatever, and that's a whole another story time because that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we did link up to have a sit down or whatever, and we talked, and then after that, like, we decided, like, okay, we gonna try this again. We're gonna try this again, and we gonna rebuild. We rebuilt a lot. Like, we did a lot of rebuilding, and that shit was not sturdy or stable at all. Like, anyway, so yeah, we did a lot of rebuilding. We eventually ended up getting back together. Like, that situation with Michael and Sabrina happened May of 2023. May of 2023. So we ended up, like, stopped talking for a minute. I said we started back talking like July or something. We started back talking like July. We wasn't really like talking because I had got back with my ex, so we wasn't really like talking, but eventually, like, we like, okay, cool, we're gonna like rebuild or whatever. So now it is, let's see, now it's like October or something. Now it's like October. So now it's like October, and like I said before, I didn't live in the city or whatever. I'm gonna tell y'all like events that led up to me finding out, you know. So I didn't live in the city at this time, but Michael, he would drive to where I was staying at to see me, and it was on, like, I'm not gonna say only, because 45 minutes is far, but it was like 30 to 40 minutes from his house or whatever. 45. So one night I was at home or whatever, and I wanted to see him, so, and he wanted to see me, so he like, I'm finna come see you. So I'm like, okay, because I wanted to see him. So anyway, I'm at home, I'm laying in my bed or whatever, waiting for him to get there. When he finally get there, we booed up, laid up, talking, caking, kissing, you know, doing the usual that couples do or whatever. Now, no, that happened after. Okay, so we laid up, we laid up, we booed up, kissing, doing what couples do or whatever. So as we land there, mind you, it's like, I say it's probably like 1 in the morning at this point, because when he came late. He came at like 11 something going on 12. So, and he didn't leave until probably like 2 in the morning or something. So around this time, it was late. So we laying there and we talking, and all of a sudden his phone ring. Mind you, it's like 1 in the morning. All of a sudden his phone ring, and oh, I can't say the name. Okay, I'm gonna say a different name. So all of a sudden his phone ring, and the name that popped up, I'm gonna say is like, what should I name this girl? I'm gonna say, what should I name this girl? I'm gonna say the name that popped up is Ashley, but it was like Pretty Ashley. You get what I'm saying? So we land there, and then his phone ring, and the name that popped up was Pretty Ashley. And I was like, oh, who is that? Because he didn't answer. I was like, oh, who is that? Like, you know, because who the fuck calling at like 1 in the morning? Like, what the fuck? So he like, oh, it's this girl that he said was his niece friend who wanted him to give her a ride to the airport in the morning, because I guess she worked at the airport. So he like, it's his niece friend, and she want to ride to work in the morning, but she ain't got no gas money. Like, she said she only got like $10 gas money or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, because after the girl had called and he didn't answer the girl's text, so I was like, Okay. My dumb gullible ass believing it, like, oh, okay, she really want to ride to work in the morning. Stupid. And it was believable because the man would literally like go out his way to give any and everybody a ride. Like he would drive to the ends of the earth for any fucking body. Like, so it was believable because I'm like, shit, he be driving people around all the time. So it's like, how is it not believable? So when he said that, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I rushed it out, but keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that this pretty Ashley girl called at 1 in the morning, okay? And he didn't answer or respond to the message. And she didn't call, she FaceTime. She FaceTime and he didn't answer. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we finished talking, caking, He get ready to leave. He get ready to leave. Now that situation happened October, okay? That situation happened October. Me and him did fall out again. I know y'all, so many fallouts. Like me and him did end up falling out again over a different girl, and then whatever. So that situation happened October. So now we're gonna fast forward to January, okay? Now we fast forward to January. It's January. We good. Like I'm talking about, this is probably the best we ever been in a long time. Like we rebuilt. Like we was going out on dates. Like he had, and I remember this day like it was yesterday. We had went out on a day. I think we went to like David Buster's or something. We had went to like David Buster's or something because I think he had picked me up from somewhere, but we didn't go straight to the house just because of the fact that we gonna get there. So he had picked me up from somewhere, I forgot. And then we had went to David Buster's. Did we go to David Buster's? I think it was a David Buster's. I really don't remember. But we had went out. So we had went out that night. And when we finished, going out or whatever, we went back to the house. Because he like, oh, like, I got a surprise for you. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, what is it like? So, and I think I still got the thing. Nope, I can't add it. Because okay, I can't add it. So, we had went out. We had came back or whatever. And when we pulled up to the house, he told me like, don't go in the room yet or whatever. So I had to pee anyway, so I went in the bathroom first, and then when I came out the bathroom, he had his room door closed, and he was like, close your eyes or whatever. So I closed my eyes, I walked in the room. It's a decorated room. Cool. That was cute. Like, I like that. So anyway, it's a decorated room. Now, mind y'all, when we was out already, he had this homie that was calling his phone, like telling him like, oh, my family having this like kickback or whatever, slide through or whatever. So we was finna go there. So after, I walked in the room, I seen the decorated room, butterflies, all 32 teeth showing and shit. We had left back out because we was finna go to the homie kickback or whatever. So we get to the homie kickback, we chilling, we sitting there. Like I said in my last video, I don't drink around people I don't know, so I'm really not drinking. As soon as we walked in, the homie like poured us up a cup. He like, hey, like y'all gotta drink, y'all gotta sell, like, you feel me? And I'm not talking about no little ass cup, I'm talking about poured up a cup. And I was holding that cup the whole motherfucking night because I'm like, I'm not drinking this shit, especially because the bottle already open. And I don't know what the fuck y'all did to this. I don't know, y'all. So I'm just holding the cup or whatever, not drinking. I think I probably took one sip or something, and then I ended up pouring my cup in Michael cup because he knew I wasn't gonna drink it. So we sitting there for a minute, we vibing out or whatever. We end up leaving from the kickback house and going to a club or a bar or whatever. We get to the bar, we in there, we chilling, we talking, we vibing out or whatever. Also wasn't drinking at the bar. So time go by or whatever, and we like, yeah, we finna bail because it's like 2-3 in the morning at this point. And his homie was the type to go home with any female, so he found a female at the bar that he went home with, and we like, cool, fuck it, we finna go to the crib. So we get to the crib and we talking, having a little deep talk or whatever. I end up falling asleep. Next morning, roll around, and I'm laying in the bed. I wake up, and I don't see him in the bed because his thing is, like, he clean up every morning. So when I rolled over, I didn't feel him in the bed, so I woke up. And so I knew his phone password, y'all. But honestly, I don't think the phone was locked. I don't think he locked it, or I knew the password, but I don't think it was locked. So I roll over. I do not see him in the bed or whatever. So I'm like, okay, he must be in the bathroom or he must be cleaning up. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go through this phone real fast since he was up there. So I'm going through the phone, and I go to Messenger, y'all, because I'm not finding shit in messages or nothing. I'm like, you ever go through a nigga phone and get mad because you ain't finding nothing? It's like, why I don't see shit in here? Like, I was getting mad. So I'm like, you know, let me go to Messenger because, like, that nigga love Facebook. So I went to Messenger. And when I went to Messenger, I seen the pretty Ashley girl name at the top. And I'm like, ain't this the girl that just called him that today? I'm like, let me click on it and see what's going on up in here. So I click on it. I just spit my back. I click on it. And I see them talking and him asking her like, oh, you know, when you finna come spend a night with me, I want you to lay up with me. Like, I drop you off at work in the morning. Like, I miss you. Like, I want to see you. All kind of shit. So when he come, I'm taking pictures of it. I'm snapping pictures because it's like, you're not gonna sit here and try to tell me like I'm tweaking or something, like I'm lying. So when I'm reading the messages, I'm hurrying taking pictures. And then I hurry up and like put the phone down because I hear him come back in the room. So I put the phone down. But when I put the phone down, my whole mood changed. It's like with me, when some shit bothers me, my whole mood is gonna change. Like, I cannot act normal. I can't pump fake or nothing. Like, my whole mood is gonna change, or you're gonna know something is wrong with me. Like, so he come in the room and I'm laying in the bed and he trying to touch me. I'm like, don't touch me. Like, I'm aggravated. What's the intention? I'm aggravated. So he come in the room, he trying to touch me. I'm like, don't touch me. And I'm like, who is pretty Ashley? Like, and then I get to show him the message, like, what is this? Like, what y'all talking about? Like, who is this? Y'all know what this man told me? Y'all know what this man told me? Because the page he was texting her off of wasn't his main page. It was like a fake page or some shit. So y'all know what this man told me? This man told me that his cousin, and his homie all got that page, and that is his cousin texting the girl and not him. Yet you just sent the message to this girl this morning while I was laying in the bed with you. What are you talking about? And then it's like, you can't, the thing with him is that he cannot lie to me because I know how he type and I know how he texts. So when I'm reading the messages, I'm knowing it's him because you text like this. You text me like this. Like, you saying, babe, and this and that. Like, you text me like this. So it's like, I'm knowing it's you. So just stop lying. So I'm aggravated. But y'all know what I do? Believe it. Because I'm gullible and dumb as hell. Because he showed me a text where the cousin sent the number to the girl like, call me or text me or whatever. And it wasn't his number. Like, when I typed it in on Cash App, it came up as his cousin number or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So my dumb ass believed it. Silly me. When I think about that man, he knew how to lie, but he also knew how to get caught up. Like, so silly me, I believed it. He ended up taking me home. I go home or whatever, and one thing about him, he loved being on the phone. So he dropped me off. We sitting on the phone for a minute. Cool. I end up hanging up because I'm finna get in the shower and clean up and all this and that. So now, let's fast forward to February, Valentine's Day. So we gonna fast forward to February. So now it's February and I'm at his house. So no, before we get there, it's February and he had picked me up from my house so we could drop my nephew off to his grandma on his dad's side, right? So he picked me up from my house so we could drop my nephew off to his grandma on his dad's side or whatever. So we in the car or whatever. we end up stopping at McDonald's to get my nephew some food. And I end up leaving my phone in the car. Now, I'm not knowing he know my password. So I end up leaving my phone in the car. And I have to go back to the car because I'm like, oh, damn, I need my phone for Apple Pay. So I left my phone in the car. Nah, I forgot it. So I end up going back to the car to get my phone. So I go to the window. I tell him, like, oh, pass my phone or whatever. So he passed my phone. And when he passed it to me, it's like I could tell when somebody been through my phone. Like, I could tell when somebody been through my phone just because, like, one, it be certain apps. Like, when I go when I go like this to see all the apps, it be certain apps that be open first that I have open when I lock my phone. You get what I'm saying? So when I unlock the phone, and it be messages open that I did not open. You know, I left on delivered. So when I open my phone, I'm seeing that a message from my ex was open, and I'm like, oh my God, this man just went to my phone. I'm like, this man just went to my phone and didn't even try to hide it. Like, you could have just marked it as unread or something, but he didn't. So I go in. I play it cool because he don't say nothing. So I'm like, shit, he must ain't found nothing in there. So he ain't say nothing. So I play it cool. I go in to get my nephew food, come back to the car, we drop him off or whatever. Now after we drop my nephew off, his whole vibe and demeanor changed. And now we arguing. And I'm like, gee, what just happened? Like, you feel me? What just happened? Like, what the fuck is going on? We end up stopping at Wingstop before we get back to his house so I can give me some food. And he didn't even want to pay for my food. That's why I'm like, this man, like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, did this man go to my phone? Oh my God, what just happened? So we get back to his house. When we get back to his house, his whole vibe changed back to normal. Like, when we get back there, his sisters and them is there. So, you know, he don't really say much. But when they leave, I'm asking him, like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And he like, cause I'm like, I'm thinking we good because when he, like, his whole vibe and demeanor changed back to normal when we get back to the house. Like, I'm sitting on his lap, we talking, all kind of stuff. So I'm asking him, like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? He like, you know, I know your password, right? I said, I know you went through my phone. I could tell. I was just waiting for you to tell me. Because like I said, I know when somebody goes through my phone. Like, they don't try to hide it. Like, or they don't be thinking smart. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I go through somebody's phone, I'm going to close out the tab that I just opened. So the tab that they was on pops up first. You feel me? Like, I be thinking. So he like, he put his head down. He started smiling. He like, you know, I know the password to your phone. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know you went through my phone. Like, I was just waiting for you to tell me. But I'm like, ain't nothing in there, though. Like, you get what I'm saying? It wasn't really shit in there. But, like I said, he always makes nothing. But he always makes nothing out of something. Like, the littlest thing be so big to him. So, he like, we end up getting into it or whatever. He ended up going in the living room, watching that game on the TV, and I'm steady trying to like talk to him or whatever, and he don't want to talk to me. Like, he just mad. So I'm like, whatever. So I end up going back in the room, and I end up falling asleep. Now, like I said in the last video, if y'all watch it, he has an alarm system. Okay, when the front and back door opens, it tells you. So when I wake, when I'm in the room, I'm asleep, I end up waking up, and because I hear the back door, and I hear it say like back door, whatever. And then I get a text from him that said I'll be back or some shit. I don't know. So I'm like, where you going? So I'm calling him. He not answering, obviously, because he's mad. Texting him. He not responding. So I go outside, and I see the car is not there. And I'm like, where the fuck did this man just go? Like, what the fuck? What is going on? But now that I think about it, he probably went to see her. I don't know. So anyway, he ended up coming back because I don't go back to sleep until he comes back. So when he comes back, I end up going in the living room, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know, why you not talking to me? Like you seen what you saw wasn't even that deep. Like, you just making it deeper than what it needs to be or whatever. And he like, don't want to talk. Like, I'm good. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. Because honestly, I feel like it wasn't really that deep. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, it is what it is. I did make him come in the room though and get in the bed because like you're not gonna sleep on the couch. Like I don't give a fuck. So next morning roll around and I think I ended up leaving. I don't really remember. But now, mind y'all, we had intentions on being together on Valentine's Day, okay? But the night that he went through my phone, I think it was like 2 days before Valentine's Day. The night he went through my phone, he like, oh, you know, you single, like you feel me, we ain't together, I'm done, this and this and that. Right? Keep this in mind, because this was all part of the plan. So I'm like, are you really, like, you really doing this right now? Like, over nothing? Like, it really wasn't shit. So, next morning, roll around, I think he ended up dropping me off or I leave. I don't know, but I leave or whatever. And we don't talk the next day. But now it's Valentine's Day. Mind y'all, we have plans to be together on Valentine's Day. So, now it's Valentine's Day and we're talking. It's Valentine's Day and I think he texted me and he wished me a happy Valentine's Day or something, even though he was mad. And I was like, thank you, whatever. So, whatchamacallit? So, I'm like, okay, since you don't want to be with me on Valentine's Day, like, my ex asked me if I wanted to go out. So, I'm like, okay, shit. So, we sitting on the phone or whatever while I'm on my way to the city. Now, we sitting on the phone and he asked me, like, where you going? Like, what you doing? And I'm like, I think I had told him, like, I was coming from an interview or something. Because when I was on the phone with him, it was only, like, 4 o'clock or something. So I think it was on like 3 something because I think my ex got off of work at 5, so I was meeting him like right when he got off. So I'm like, oh, I'm coming from an interview or something, but I was on the train. You know, when you on the train, it always announces where you at. So I'm sitting on FaceTime with him. Now mind y'all, while we on FaceTime, he getting in the car or whatever. So when he getting in the car, I see all these balloons in the back seat and I'm like, oh, who that's for? And he like, oh, that's for my mom. He like he finna go pick up his daughter and he gonna take his daughter out after he go see his mom or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he like, where you going? Like, I'm like, oh no, I'm on my way home, like from an interview or whatever. So I'm on the train, G, and the train announces where I'm at. I think it say like next stop Pulaski or some shit. I don't know. So he like, why the fuck you lying? Like, you saying you going home, you in the city, like, I just heard it, blah, blah, blah. So now we get into it, and he hang up on me, and I'm just like, oh my God, why the fuck did they just snitch on me like that? So, he hang up on me, and now we get into it the rest of the night, like. So, I end up getting downtown Chicago or whatever, and I'm at this bar or whatever. I'm at this bar, and as I'm at the bar, I'm texting him or whatever. So I'm texting him, and I'm inviting him like where I'm at. I'm like, you know, you want to come where I'm at? Like, since you think I'm with somebody at that point, at that time I wasn't with him. So I'm like, you could pull up, like, you feel me? Because you doing the most right now. Like, you just broke up with me, so what you doing the most for? So he like, no, I'm good, and da 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 da. Keep in mind why he's saying this, okay? So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But the whole night we texting, like the whole night we texting. So I finally get ready to leave and go home at like 10 something. Now, I think he had blocked me on iMessage because we was arguing or whatever. I think he had blocked me, or no, what it was I had called him on my way home and he didn't answer. But it was weird that he didn't answer because you just said that you was with your daughter and you was only taking your daughter out. So when he didn't answer, I found that weird. So I texted him and I was like, whatever bitch you with, you feel me, you could stay with her. And then I blocked him. And so when I blocked him, he texts me on Messenger and he like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm with my daughter and this and this and that. Like, you always do the most, like, da da da. So I'm like, I'm not stupid. You get what I'm saying? I'm not dumb at all. So anyway, he think that I'm with my ex. He like, you laid up with that nigga. You could do it. I'm like, gee, I'm at home. Like, I'm at home laid up with myself. What are you talking about? So I end up stop responding to him or whatever. Now, the next morning, the next day rolled around. I think we was with each other like the next day after Valentine's Day or 2 days after that. I think it was 2 days after that because we so bipolar. Like, ugh, we was bipolar as fuck. Like, we would not be together one day and be together the next day. Like, we was bipolar as hell. So the next day roll around and I think he texts me or something. Yes, that's what it was. The next day rolled around and he texted me and I was on my way back home from a doctor's appointment. He texted me like, what you doing? And I'm like, on my way home, why, what's up? He like, oh, I was trying to see if you wanted to come to S2 Girl with me. Like, I wanted you to come to S2 Girl with me. So I'm like, oh, like, you should just said that. Like, I was just in the city. But now I'm on my way home. Like, you know, what time and all this and that. So, I think he ended up going to S2 Girl because it was like for his nephew birthday or something. He ended up going with them and I think he ended up picking me up afterwards and we ended up going out. So we ended up going out at David Buster's and we sitting there, right? We sitting there at David Buster's, we talking or whatever, and he not on his phone the whole time, but I would pick, like when I walk away, he'd pick up his phone and he'll, you know, respond to text and this and this and that, but he'll make it seem like he texting somebody else. So yeah, so we out, we vibing, we chilling or whatever, and cool. So now the next, I think like a week go by, and now at this time I got a car. So at this time texting him and I'm like, oh, you know, do you want to ride me to drop my nephew off to his grandma's house or whatever? He like, yeah, cool. So I'm on my way to his house to pick him up and I end up calling him. And he don't answer because he said like, hold on. I end up calling him and he don't answer. Because he said like a lot of stuff was going on that day with his brother and everything, so he don't answer. But I'm on the expressway, so it's like I need you to answer, my nigga. So when I call him, he declined. I call him again and he don't answer, so I just wait for him to call me back at this point. So when he called me back, he like, yeah, I'm on my way home, like, you feel me, I'll meet you there. I'm like, okay, cool. But keep in mind, when the type of car he has, when you call, your number pop up on the screen, like not your name, just your number. So I'm driving to his motherfucking house and all of a sudden I get a call from an unknown number that I don't know. I get a call from a number and I pick it up because it's a Chicago area code. So I'm thinking this might be somebody I know. So I pick it up. I'm like, hello? They like, hello? I'm like, who is this? They like, you called this phone. Who is this? I'm like, what? I'm like, when did I call you? I don't remember calling you. So they're like, I got a missed call from you. I'm like, nah, boo, I don't think I called you. And they're like, oh, okay. So they hang up and I go to my call log and I check and see if I called the number and I don't call it. So I text the number and it delivers as an iMessage. I text the number and I'm like, I didn't call you, boo. Who is this? So I called the number back and I'm like, I didn't call you. Like, who is this? Like, you feel me? And they like, oh, nah, you got a sister named Ashanti? And I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? Who is this? They like, oh, I'm trying to see why you calling my nigga phone. I said, who is your nigga? They like, oh, Matthew. I almost said that man's name. They're like, Matthew. I'm like, Matthew, your nigga? I'm like, who is this? I didn't know he had a bitch. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this? I didn't know he had no bitch. She like, I been with that nigga for 2 years or blase. And I'm on the phone like, okay, well, boo, I didn't know about you. Like, I didn't know shit about you. So now at this point, I'm texting him and I'm like, what the fuck, like, you weird, because before I call the number back, y'all, I kid you not, before I call that number back, I call him, okay? I call him and I'm like, do you know this number? And he like, nah, I don't think so. I'm like, go through your contacts and see, like, go type the number in and see if it's saved in your contacts. He like, okay. He like, nah, I don't know that number. But y'all, before I called the number back, I knew it was a girl calling about him because it just correlated. I just called you and she just called me. So cool. So I'm like, nah, boy, I didn't know he had no girl. Like, I've been with this man for like a year now, so like I'm confused. So she like, I've been fucking with him since blase, 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 and da 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 da. And now she giving me all the scoop, like she been with this man for like 2-3 years. Um, she done got into it with his baby mama and all kind of stuff. Like, so I'm like, oh. Like, you feel me? I don't know. I don't know shit about you. Like, that man didn't tell me shit about you. I didn't know he had no girl. I didn't know he was fucking with nobody. Like, I didn't know nothing. So now she like, I don't got no problem with you. Like, da da da. She trying to get me to come pick her up. Because I'm telling her, like, I'm on my way to his house right now to pick him up so he could ride with me. Like, you get what I'm saying? So she like, oh, can you come pick me up? Like, I want to go bust the windows out his car and this and this and that and blase, blase, blase. I'm making the girl think I'm finna come pick her up. I'm not coming to pick you up. The fuck, I'm finna come pick you up and you're gonna jump me? I'm not coming to pick you up. I don't know you. The fuck? This is not Housewives. Real Housewives of Chicago. We is not sisters. No. So, anyway, when I hang up on her, I'm texting him like, yeah, you weird, I'm good, da da da. And he gets texting like, I don't want that bitch. She knows damn well I don't want her. And da 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 and da da da. Just texting. And then he like, ain't you finna pull up? Da da da. And then he like, now you can't respond. Now you can't respond. And I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, what? I said, yeah, I'm finna pull up. Give me a minute. He like, now it's this and da da da. And I'm like, okay. So when I pull up and get him, G. I'll never forget. I pull up and get him. He get in the car. Like, we ain't even really talking. Like, we not talking at all. Like, we not talking at all. When I drop off my nephew, then we start talking. Like, like, what's tea? What's going on? Then he called his sister, and he called his sister like, would you tell her that this bitch is crazy and she be doing crazy shit like this and da da da. The sister like, yeah. Fake as hell. Bitch is so fake. She like, yeah, she like that. Like that's how she is. Like, don't mind her, ignore her. So I'm like, you know what? Because when I talked to the girl on the phone, she like, I got proof I was at his house and everything. Because, y'all, she had said she had just spent the night at his house. She had just spent the night at his house. Mind you, he was with me the day before. So when he left my house that night, he texted her at like 2 something in the morning like, oh, I'm finna come pick you up. So he left my house and went and picked her up and brought her to his house. So she like, I got proof I was just at his house and everything and da da da. And I'm like, okay. So when I get with him, I text the thing and I'm like, I text the number and I'm like, oh, you said you had proof you was with him. Send me the proof. So they end up sending a proof while he's sending my passenger seat. When I show him that proof, he got to laughing. Not laughing, but like crazy chuckling like, just wait, just wait, just wait. I gotta text this, I gotta text that, I can send you. You ain't gotta send me shit. You right here with me. Show me right now. Like, what you mean you gonna send me? Don't send me shit. Show me. So now I'm irritated. I'm aggravated. I'm not talking. When I get irritated, I don't want to talk. Don't talk to me. Shut the fuck up. So I started speeding because you got to get the fuck out of my car because now I'm aggravated. So I'm speeding, da-da-da. He like, you ain't got to drop me off in front of the house. I'll get out right here. My pleasure. Get the fuck out. Fuck, drop that nigga off at the corner and pull it out. Fuck is you talking about? You got me fucked up. So then I think he texts like, watch this. Like, I'm finna prove you wrong and this and this and that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So from that point, like, we wasn't talking. Like, we wasn't talking. So, y'all, the next day roll around, and I'm in the car with my mama. We going grocery shopping. We out. Now, mind you, I tell my mom everything. So, I told her when this girl, oh, you know what? I'm going to get a girl a name that called my phone. The girl that called my phone, I'm going to give her the name, I'm going to give her the name Ariana. So the girl that called my phone, her name is Ariana. And yeah, so I'm telling my mom, like, yeah, he got this girl call my phone, like, she was weird. So next day roll around, mind you, keep in mind, me and Michael was just with each other 3 days prior, okay? We just went out to David Buster's 3 days prior, and he was saying how he wanted to like get back together, like work on rebuilding, and you know, all this and that, have his kid this and be a family that, all kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. So now it's the next day after Ariana done called my phone, and I'm sitting in the car in the passenger seat, and I go on Facebook Messenger. Now, the way that my messenger was, because it is not that way anymore, the way that my messenger was, anybody could text me. But now, if we're not friends, you want a message request. So, anybody can text me. So, I get a text when I open Messenger from this page, Pretty Ashley. The same girl that caught his phone that night. The same girl I saw when I went through his phone, okay? From Pretty Ashley. So, before I even respond to the message, I watch her story. When I watch her story, I see Michael in the background. I said, oh my God. I open the message. She said, hey, how you doing? My name Ashley. Like, you know, you don't know me, but da 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 da. So I say, what's up? Question mark. Please don't tell me you texted me about Michael. She say, yeah, boy, I'm just trying to see what's going on. Like, this page is texting me pretending to be you and all this. So what it was Ashley had text. No, Ariana had text Ashley. I should not have gave them names that started with A. Ariana had text Ashley from a fake page pretending to be me, sending Ashley my picture and everything. Okay. So she said, this page pretending to be me. I mean, yeah, pretending to be you. I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on. I told her like, hey boo, I used to fuck with him, but he's y'all's now. You feel me? He come with too much drama, too many women coming to me as a woman. At this point, you the third female. From Sabrina to Ariana to Ashley. You the third female. At this point, you can have him. Like, he's yours. So I text him and I say, this your girlfriend? Because I see on her story, he was with her the night prior. So I say, this your girlfriend or something? This nigga text back and say, yeah, we in a relationship. Who the fuck is you talking to? Y'all in a relationship? You was just with me 2 days ago, freaking on me and everything. What are you talking about? I said, oh, what? Y'all in a relationship? How y'all in a relationship when you was just with me 2 days ago, freaking on me, telling me how you want to get back together and rebuild and all this and that? All kind of shit. So me and the girl, we texting. I'm telling her everything because at this point, she telling me, oh my God, that's crazy. I've been with this man since December of 2023. And this February of 2024. So I say, what? This man had a secret relationship the whole time? I say, oh, boo, that's crazy. Because he been cheating on you. Like, he been cheating on you. I sent her proof from me being with him in December, January, February, screenshots, everything. She like, oh my God, I'm so hurt and all kind of stuff. I said, yeah, boo, he's just not shit. So she like, you know what, I'm finna pull up on him. So when she pulled up on him, she pulled up on him with me on the phone. But he didn't know I was on the phone. So she pulled up with me on the phone and they talking. And y'all know what this man said? This man told this girl I was just an ex that he could always talk to when he going through stuff. My heart dropped to my ass. At this point, I took myself off mute. I said, really, Matthew? Really? Really? I was just an ex you could talk to, but you were just with me. You were just freaking on me. You were just telling me that you wanted to get back together. And what? That is fucked up. That is real fucked up. Like, that's real fucked up. So, from that point forward, me and Matthew, we didn't talk. We didn't talk. I think he was like texting me like, I'm sorry, like this and this and that. And I'm like, you know, that's real fucked up, but it's cool. Like, it's okay. So, we didn't talk no more. Ashley stayed with him, and I got more stories about Ashley. Ashley stayed with him. Me and him, we stopped talking. Like, honestly, we stopped talking for a minute. We stopped talking for a minute. But I started back talking to him even though he was still with Ashley, because I just felt like, as a woman, when you found out that he was with me, you should have stopped talking to him. Like, but you stayed with him. So yeah, I got my lick back, because it's like you found out about me and you kept fucking with him. So, oh yeah, I gotta get my lick back. Forever getting my lick back. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the end of this story time though. I really do got so many more story times about Matthew, Ashley, Ariana, Sabrina, like so many. Like, when I say I was living a Lifetime movie from 2022 to 2024, I was living a Lifetime movie. Y'all know them sitcoms? Yes. Yes, I was living that. But that is the end of the story time. I hope y'all like it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my socials, TikTok and Twitter. No, TikTok and Instagram at The Real Ashanti Sister.